In this video, we are going to look at the graph of a line and put it into slope-intercept form. So here I have a graph, and I need to put this into the form of y equals mx plus b, where m is the slope and b is the y-intercept. All right, why don't we start with the y-intercept, because that's a little more straightforward than finding the slope. The y-intercept for this line is right here, and this point, of course, is -2. And I can say that the y-intercept is -2. All right, there are lots of ways that we can find slope. The way I'm going to choose is to use the slope formula, which of course is m equals y2 minus y1 all over x2 minus x1. And in order to use this formula, I'm going to have to come up with a couple of points on this line. And I'm going to choose the y-intercept as one of my points because I think that's pretty easy to see. That point, of course, let's see if I can get this far over. I can. Would be 0, -2. And for my second point, I'm going to choose this one, which is 3, -3. All right, I'm going to label this as x1 and y1, and x2 and y2. And notice every time you've seen me do this, I label my points so I don't get them confused. And now I'm going to plug this into the formula, and I'm going to do that right here. So this would become -3 minus, -2 all over 3 minus 0. So let's see, I'm going to slide this over a bit so we can get all this in here. In other words, just so I can write the letter m, that's what my slope is going to equal. Almost got it in there, huh? All right. And what does this equal? Well, -3 minus -2 would be the same as 1, actually -1, and 3 minus 0 would be 3. In other words, the slope of this line, m, is -1/3. So m equals -1 over 3. All right, I'm going to write that right here. Now that I've got that information, I can plug it into this formula. Let's start again. Y equals mx plus b. The equation for this line would be y equals -1/3, the slope, multiplied by x. And I could write it as plus -2, because that's, of course, what the y-intercept is. But plus -2 is the same as just -2. And that would be the answer. Oops. Hopefully you won't cut your answer off. Something else I want to point out to you. Another way you could have found the slope here is by coming to this point and noticing what's going on. If I go up 1 and over 1, 2, 3, up 1 and over 1, 2, 3, up 1 and over 1, 2, 3. And if I realize that the line is slanting downwards, going left to right, I would know that the slope would have to be negative. So that's another way. And I'm just going to rewrite this to make sure everybody can see it. Y equals -1/3 x minus 2. And I think I'll leave the box off. All right.